Have you ever put on an outfit and thought, why do I look off? Or tried a shade of lipstick that looked amazing on your friend but terrible on you? That's where color analysis comes in. The idea is that everyone has a unique set of undertones in their skin that determine which colors make them look their best. This concept is called seasonal color analysis. It is based on the idea that people's coloring, just like nature, can be grouped into different seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Springs and autumns have warm undertones, while summers and winters have cool undertones. And there even are subcategories within each season. In theory, if you know your season, you can choose your clothes, makeup, and even hair colors that make you naturally look more radiant. But with so much conflicting advice online, how do you actually figure it out? I wanted to finally find out my true season, so I tested 3 different methods: DIY research, an online course, and a professional color analysis. And I even brought my mom along for the professional analysis to see if we get the same results. Spoiler alert, we are not the same season, and some of the results actually really surprised me. But which method actually works? Let's find out. If we haven't met before, my name is Annika and I'm coming to you from Germany. I love to create my own handmade wardrobe, mainly through knitting, but I also like to sew, embroider, spin, crochet, and I basically love everything that is related to the fiber arts. And this is also what got me interested in colors and color analysis. But of course, you do not have to make your own garments in order to get value from knowing your color season. This works both for store-bought and handmade garments. There is a disclaimer that I wanted to mention up front. I do not think that you should only wear whatever makes you look most pleasing to others. You can wear whatever you like, whatever color, style, shape, whatever makes you feel good in. I do not think at all that especially we as women should only wear what looks most pleasing to others. Not at all. This video is mainly for people who are interested in the topic of color analysis and that like to find out about their own color season to be able to choose colors that look good on them and that also go well together. That's it. But please do not feel pressured by any means to wear certain types of colors only because they look best on you. So the sun has suddenly decided to show up behind the clouds and it has gotten very bright behind me. So that's why I had to close the blinds. Let's see, I hope that you can still see me okay, but we'll just keep going and hope for the best. Okay, so with that being said, let's have a look at the 3 different methods now, and we are going to start with the first method, which is doing your own research online. Now, I am going to link all of the websites that I found the most useful down in the description box below for you, so that you don't have to spend the time going through pages and pages of websites to find the most valuable information. If you Google how to find your color season, you'll get tons of blog posts, quizzes, and guides, and Pinterest is also filled with beautiful color charts that are supposed to help you figure out your season. Now, one of the most common ways to find your season is by testing whether you gravitate more towards silver or gold jewelry. But I personally have to say that I found this very confusing. While my wedding band is silver, I also really like gold jewelry. And if I had to choose one type of metal that I had to wear for the rest of my life, I think it would probably be gold. But why is this even important? Gold has warm undertones and silver is cool toned. And the idea is that you have a natural unconscious knowledge of what suits you best. So if you are cool toned, you would most likely gravitate more towards silver, and if you are warm toned, you would prefer gold. So according to this theory, the fact that I have a personal slight preference towards gold would make me warm toned. But another test, which is called the vein test, states that you should have a look at your veins, and if they look more blue, it suggests that you are cool toned, and if they are more green, that you are a warm toned person. Now, if I have a look at my veins, I would say that they are blue, so this would make me cool toned then. As you can see, this can get quite confusing quite quickly. Next, there is the drape test, and this basically means that you put on different outfits in different colors, so warm colors versus cool colors, and see what makes your skin look more vibrant and radiant. So here is a warm orange, and this is a cool toned greenish blue. I do have to say I feel a lot more comfortable with the greenish blue one, but does this automatically make me a cool toned person? Maybe it's just due to the fact that I just don't like orange in general. So after doing a lot of research online, I diagnosed myself as a cool toned person, and this means that I must be either a summer or a winter type. Both summers and winters have cool undertones, but the main difference is in contrast and intensity. Summers have soft, muted, and pastel colors that are more delicate and blended. Think of hazy summer skies and soft watercolors, cool pinks, dusty blues, and muted lavenders. Their overall look is more gentle and low contrast. Winters, on the other hand, have bold, deep, and high contrast colors. Think of icy landscapes and jewel tones, pure white, deep navy, emerald green, and striking reds. Their coloring is sharper and more dramatic. I have to admit, I naturally gravitate more towards the color palette of summer, but does this automatically mean that I am a summer type? I have absolutely no idea. Doing my own research online led me to tons of different resources, and they also often conflicted each other, and it seemed like the more I researched, the more confusing it got. So that's when I decided to move on to the next method. Next, I signed up for an online course that walks you through finding your color season. Now, there are a number of different online courses available, but I wanted to show you the one that I took so that I can also share my experience with you. And that brings us to the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives with thousands of classes led by industry experts across film, illustration, design, freelance, productivity, and more. Skillshare can help you take your career, skills, hobbies, passions, or side hustles to the next level. You can find a wide array of different classes on Skillshare. They have a crafts and DIY category where you can learn about various fiber arts like knitting, crochet, embroidery, or sewing. But they offer classes for all kinds of different topics like painting or photography, for example. On Skillshare, I found this class called Look Your Very Best, Learn About Color, Style and Fashion by Astrid Feichter. So this class is not only about finding your color season, but also about style in general. It teaches about different shapes of clothing, personality styles, and much more. It is a more comprehensive guide on the topic of personal style, and I do have to say that I quite enjoyed it. And she also did an example color analysis, which I found very helpful. And the first 500 people to use the link in the description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Get started today, and thank you so much Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Naturally, this online course was more in depth than the information that I found online, and it told me exactly what to do step by step in order to determine my own color season. For example, it also starts off with the comparison between silver and gold, but it gives you a lot more questions to ask yourself to determine whether you are cool or warm-toned. It also talks about the different effects that the right and the wrong colors can have on your appearance, which I found quite interesting. And it did also contain a quiz to determine your personality style. And I did find it quite fitting for myself when I did it. So I am apparently a mix of different styles, and it told me that I am a sporty casual, a classic, and a romantic type, which I completely agree with. So if you would like to find out about your own color season with the help of an online course, I can definitely recommend this one. But while I was taking the course and Astrid Feichter was holding up her fabric swatches and demonstrating on the example color analysis how to drape the fabric and how to look for ways your skin transforms when you wear certain colors, there was one question that I was asking myself. How should I replicate that at home? I do not have a wide array of fabric swatches like this. I can of course have a look at my own wardrobe and the colors that are within it, but of course this is a much more limited color spectrum and there is no way that I have that many different fabrics at home that I could replicate this color analysis here within my own home and get to an accurate result. So after I finished taking the class, I still wasn't 100% sure which color season I am. I did suspect that I might be a summer, but I just wasn't sure. And to be honest, I at that point just wanted someone professional to determine my color season for me, and that's when I finally decided to get a professional color analysis done. So finally it was time for the most exciting part, the professional color analysis. I went to Ingeborg Berenthöhl, who is located in Speyer in Germany. I'm going to link her website down in the description box. And like I mentioned in the beginning, I brought my mom with me because she also wanted to have her colors analyzed. We were very much looking forward to this joint experience, and we were wondering up front, since we are mother and daughter, if we would be the same color season or if we would maybe even get completely different results. So the process was actually similar to what I had learned in my class on Skillshare. She started off by determining whether I was warm or cool toned and quickly ruled out warm colors for me. So that was a relief because not only did it solidify my theory that I do have cool undertones, but also because of the fact that I do not really like to wear warm colors anyway. So that was really a relief. So here you can see, for example, the difference between a warm and a cool red on me. And these are two examples of cool pinks. The soft, more muted pink is a summer pink and the bright, clear pink is a winter pink. And this is another example of two colors that suit my complexion quite well. This soft, creamy yellow and also the light sage green. And then it was my mom's turn, and surprisingly my mom is a completely different season than me because she actually looks better in warm tones. So as you can see here in this comparison, her skin looks a lot more radiant with this warm beige fabric swatch compared to the cool gray. And here you can see that she looks really good in warm colors like this warm orange or this warm toned green. I really thought we would get similar results, but she ended up being a spring while I am indeed a summer. And this is the color palette of the summer type. As you can see, lots of pinks, lots of blues, and I do have to say I am extremely happy with this result. So now that I finally know my true color season, I can clearly see why some pieces in my wardrobe make me look vibrant and healthy and others just don't really work for me. And I have brought a couple of examples to show you. Sorry for the change of background, but it got so bright in my living room that I had to change the location. So this soft, muted, minty green is one that works quite well with my summer type. And you might be able to tell that this color does not look as flattering with my summer type. It is another handmade item from my wardrobe, but it is way too bright for me. It washes me out compared to this one, which looks a lot more flattering. So since I finally know my color type now, I know that this is going to be so helpful for me in the future. Being a knitter and someone who makes her own garments, I now know exactly which colorways are going to suit me best and also which colors go together. So I am so happy that I finally know that I am a summer type and that this is my color palette. So after testing all three methods, here is my conclusion. Online research is a great starting point, but it can get quite confusing. The online course gave me a more structured, in-depth approach, but it still left some doubts. And the professional color analysis was the most accurate and also the most fun, especially since I did this together as an experience with my mom. But what about you? Have you already tried to find out your color season, and which method did you use? Please leave a comment and let me know. And if you would like me to make a more detailed video about the different seasons, please also let me know in the comments and I will make sure to do so. Until next time, happy making. Bye guys!